All right, I want to take a look at a couple different planks. This is a plank on a smart muscle board, and we're doing a small hip extension here just to kind of change the base of support and challenge core stability. So we're going to look at our first athlete, and this is kind of the plank that we see a lot, that we don't have a lot of activity going on in the hips and definitely in the legs. And that's a big place that we lose out when we're going to plank. Our legs are our foundation. That's going to help set a stable pelvis, and then we can set a stable spine on top of that. A lot of times in this position too, your athletes will talk about their hands or their feet slipping, which is, I mean, if you look at it, look at the direction of the force as I'm pushing down. So I have that little bit of that angle, and then same thing with the legs. There's a force direction there. So if you're on a slippery floor, or if you don't have good grip on your shoes, that's just going to start to slide out and out, and you're going to start to fall pretty easily. As we get into our next athlete, the biggest thing you're going to notice is the difference in hip position, where the hips are as he goes through the movement. So as we sit down here, first off, look where the hips are. They are nice and low, and especially in relationship to his ankles and his shoulders. Look at that. We got that straight line down all the way through. And he achieves that by making sure that he's tight in, oh, I don't know what the heck that was. When he's tight in the quads, he's squeezing glutes, he's braced through the trunk, and he's doing the best he can to set his shoulders down and back. The other interesting thing here is look at when he's in this position and he's using his trunk and his legs to take on the brunt of that force. He's got this straight line down through the arms, so the direction's straight down to the ground, and then same thing down through the feet. So you don't have to worry about your feet slipping and sliding all over the place. Now, if we go back real quick to our other athlete, you're going to notice that we don't have that same straight line. So you can see here we don't have the line. The hips are not where we want them to be. They're up a little bit high. So instead of having that straight line that's going to give us a nice stable spot, we kind of have this broken two-part place. So one of the best cues I've come across to get from this point here to this point here is just squeeze your glutes. If you squeeze the glutes, it drives down into hip extension. So it drives the hips forward so that they're nice and flush along with the torso on the front. So to get the butt out of the air, simply just squeeze the glutes, and that should lower everything down and should help from hands and feet sliding as well.